My name is Sia McCabe and I will be presenting on the Benihana simulation. Here we have a generated chart for the results, the financial results of my most profitable scenario within the simulation, with a total revenue of $3,176.58 for the night, and with a nightly profit of $493.24. And most of that revenue was coming from the dinner sales. Moving on, we have charts here that just kind of describes the behavior of the customers in the workflow. The amount of customers in the bar and dining room peak around 8 o'clock and then decline after that. And the total drinks served and dinners served correlates with the customers in the bar. There's a number of sales increase and peak around 8 o'clock, but there's a steady flow until closing time. This chart demonstrates the customers lost during the simulation. So to touch on the strategy I used to try and create maximize profits for Benihana, I initially tried trial and error, so I would create different combinations to see how each decision acted and reacted on each other and determine the behaviors and how it would increase or decrease profits. Next, I focused on maximizing the space of the bar, so that would be the most profitable. I do believe wait times are important in that type of work environment. So maximizing the space of the bar created a space for customers to wait, essentially, for their tables in order not to lose customers, which goes to my next strategy. Was I focused on what would bring customers in and keep them in, rather than losing them to wait times, as I touched on, or seating arrangements and things like that. And then the last strategy I used was focusing on how each decision affected peak hours. So, for example, batching, I really focused on how to maximize profits and avoid loss during those hours, and which combination of things of batching or not batching would maximize profit in that way. Here we have the decisions I chose for the simulation. So from open to 7, I chose tables of 8, 7 to 8, tables of 8 again, and then tables of 4 to 8 till closing. I chose 79 bar seats and 11 tables. I chose 45 minutes eating to get people out, to maximize seating, maximizing the number of customers that could come into the restaurant. And then advertising, I chose to use half of the normal budget for advertise happy hour, and then open at 5 p.m. So here on the last slide, we have the summary of the operations and financials of the Benihana that I created in the simulation. Unfortunately, I don't think I maximized the profit enough. Again, the nightly profit was only $493.24. I think what happened was I needed to focus more on wait times and space, and use bigger space for tables as to maximize those sales, because a majority of the sales come from that. I think in this situation, it was interesting to me that the marketing was only half of the budget, or we used half of the advertising budget. I thought advertising, the business would bring more people in, but it actually ended up being hurtful. In one of my first scenarios, I had Benihana using 2 times the normal amount, and that was very detrimental to the financials. So I think scaling back on advertising, but increasing space for the bar, decreasing wait times, and creating a smooth environment as far as getting customers in and out in a timely manner would have maximized the profit for the Benihana.